ha. Vertical stream. Ha. Yeah, I need to shave, you know what I'm saying? It's the selfie stream, you know. Hold up. Let me get some lighting. Hold up. Hold up. Ground tank. Hold up. Mealworm colony. Okay, I'm done. Sorry. Alright. We're gonna do this live unboxing. I'm gonna try and do it without doxing myself. Yo, what's up? Big Steve up in here. Shave what? The peach fuzz? Yeah, I don't like no hair on my face. Hey, yo. Listen. We're getting serious right now. We got the tough built. You guys don't even know about this. Watch this. Okay. Spring loaded. I got a box cutter clip. We got the extendo. Yo, we got the. Wait, is YouTube gonna ban me? This is a box cutter. Okay, come on. This is a box cutter. Look, the extendo. Anyways, y'all know about this. Y'all know. One more time. Come on. Hey, the delivery was scheduled for 12. Aqua Imports box delivered at 11:59. Pretty impressive. We're gonna start with the magazine, not clip. Yo, someone get these Southerners out of my chat. I don't know about guns. I don't know. I need to get one though for the Civil War. It's a joke. Don't ban me. All right, we're starting with Captain's Critters. I won't show you the label, even though everyone's address in the entire world is public information. You can just search anyone and find their address. I've never been able to not find someone's address by Googling their name. It's crazy. So, I honestly, I stopped even, like, if people want to find you, they can. But that's besides the point. Do I search people's addresses a lot? Is that what that sounded like? Well, yes. Not only do I do that, but you can really, like, search a lot of courts and things like that. You know what I mean? AK is south. Are you saying Arkansas? That's definitely. I mean, how about this? The middle of nowhere. No, wait. AK 47. All right, interesting thing going on here. This is Captain's Critters. This is some Medaka, just a few Medaka. Alaska, fool. Alaska doesn't exist. We got 2 boxes in one. All right, 2 boxes in one. Yeah, Alaska doesn't exist, bro. Now, holy cow. This is way too much. This is way too much, man. Someone actually cares about the fish. I don't like this. Sending this president, that sounds, shipping's about to get real expensive for me. We got a waterproof baggie that's handwritten, invoice plus instructions. Come on. 2 boxes. This is crazy. The fish have never been more protected. Oh! Mulberry leaf for paramecium. What in the world? Yo, I gotta do the clip for this. Oh, the magazine, the box cutter magazine. Hold up. So, who double heat seals a leaf? This is crazy levels of care, man. This is crazy levels of care, but I gotta smell the mulberry leaf. It looks very yummy. Yeah. I feel like there should be like mulberry tea. That's gotta be a thing. Alaska, the grizzly hole. It's drug? No, it's not. YouTube, it's not drug. Okay. So I previously ordered a bunch of live cultures from Captain. I actually fed a bunch of banana worms for one. They're just doing fantastic. I also got green water. I got all this other stuff for them. So this is how many instructions I've been sent. Okay, I'm not gonna go through all of them, but this is the thickness of the instructions. We got instructions for the fish, for the green water. Like, this is very detailed stuff. for the photosynthetic bacteria. Are you selling the fish? I'm not selling these fish, no. I do sell fish on occasion, mostly aquatic isopods. Hey, if you're the one waiting for your order today, I apologize. I'm doing it right after this. That's the one thing about live streaming is like someone's waiting for me to fulfill their order. I just imagine them see me go live and they're like, yo, this bastard. It's not I'm sorry. Okay, anyways, we got a bunch of instructions. Let's look at the inside of this real quick here. We got bubble wrap. We got bubble wrap. We got perfectly cut foam. I'll be reusing this. And then we have 3 individually bagged rice fish. Oh, where's my heat gun? These do feel warm, but my dad borrowed my heat gun, so we're not gonna get the temperatures, I'm sorry. But it does feel a little bit warm. It's hot outside today. Look at that. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother you too much, but okay, that's 1. And that's 2. They look really good. We'll unbag them and take a look at them together later, but let me just make sure they're each alive, which looks like yes. Okay. And this is quite immaculate packing. I'm not gonna lie. This is wild. Look at that. It's a perfect little box. Okay, so these, I'm gonna float these guys, and where do I want to put these? Let me think about that for a second. Hey Nick, Homestead William. Oh yeah, I didn't even say hi. Hello Homestead right now. All right, the magazine, the box cutter magazine. I got to do it every time. Okay, we're ready. Captain's Critters, rice fish look great. We're gonna float those in a second, but first, I'm nervous about this Aqua Imports order. I've never ordered from Aqua Imports before, but they had, and I'm sorry, I forgot to ask people about if they wanted to do a group order from there, because it was like 3 a.m. It was about to be my birthday. I was like, it was like an impulse buy, because I've been wanting these fish for a while. So I bought 2 species. I just got a larger quantity of each from Aqua Imports. Yes, and hello. If I didn't already say hello to William and Jesse, a couple of fish, and all you fine people. All right. I'm nervous about this. So I like where we're starting. We gotta stop. Hey, what's up, Mosin? Unfortunately, I can't read that, but hello. Do not drip acclimate. Love to see that. This is I like this packing material. This is nice. It feels soft, like easy to rip, but it's look at this. Look how much. They must have a supplier for this. I like it. It's like I wonder if it's just cardboard. Like it turned into paper, kind of. Because I've been trying to think of ways that I could recycle cardboard boxes. And that's what this kind of feels like if you just turn cardboard into a paper. Okay. Very thick. Oh, man. Hold up. Yeah, I would have joined the order one way, some beach. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. All right. So what we got in here is we have, I'm going to try and read it. We're supposed to, oh, damn, I got a refund. They lowered the quantity of 2 of the fish. Okay, so I got 8 blackfin celebs half beaks, normal hampus liami. And then Jesse said that packing material is amazing. I know, like I feel like I like this the most out of almost anything I've ever been sent. What's up, SVC? And then we have 10 sailfin tetras, Crenuchus spillaris. And I'm reading these because I always get accused by Black Planted of hidden fish. Oh, guys, I broke my epistogramma curse, by the way. We'll get into that. We'll get into that real quick. Okay, so I was supposed to get 10 half beaks too, but they shorted me. So this packing material, I love it. We got a small little ice pack on the end here. It's warm now. Yeah, and then underneath this, we got just some normal paper. Damn! I don't know what fish that is, but it's way bigger. SRB Wrap Fishing says Jesus loves you. All evidence points to the contrary, I'm sorry to say. Huge shout out to Nick for being an MVP and being my fish transporter. Yeah, man. Okay, I'm scared. Someone banned SRB wrapped fishing immediately. How do I ban? I'll ban him myself. Okay, I'll time out. Put user in timeout for 24 hours. There we go. All right. Ugh. Oh, Jesse did for 86K. Jesse, you did it too. Okay, I'm scared to look at the half beaks because they ship. You said why? Because you're spamming the chat, bro. You're spamming the chat. Okay. These are popped your Pisto cherry. Well, I didn't personally, but okay. These are, I think, the half beaks, and they're so much bigger than I anticipated being sent. It looks like, okay, well, there we go. That's why I was nervous. So we'll get these out the bag right now. So there's a dead one in the bag. Looks like 3 in the bag. They're huge. And that's 1 dead one, 2 live ones. Yeah, I was nervous about the half beak shipping them. Okay, let's see. This water's a little cloudy. Yep. We got 2 in the bag here, dead, and 1 alive. Nope, 2 alive, sorry. 2 dead, 2 alive of the half beaks. Alright, so we're gonna be opening some bags. Oh my gosh, they put all the tetras in 1 bag. Alright. Let me get to work getting these out the bags real quick. We'll take a closer look. Second. Okay, and then let me real quickly, don't look, I'm just gonna do this so I can screenshot it and send it to them. Well, I guess I could just take the pictures of the bodies. So I'll just do that. So I was like, I gotta prove. Oh, they have these packs at the bottom here. But yeah, this is really unfortunate, but I think the decision of them to ship 4 half beaks of that size in each bag was really dumb. I would never. I think half beaks already, I would be nervous to ship them all together, but putting 4 that big in 1 bag just seems bad. Seems bad. I'm looking for this net. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So I'm going to cut this open. God, that smells bad. It smells real bad. This was also overnight, by the way. This was an overnight situation. Okay. If there were smaller 4 in a bag, they would have been all right. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, it's 2 dead in that bag. I originally ordered 10. They sent me 8, and it looks like I ended up with. Well, we'll see. Makes you wonder though, even if they're survivors, how much ammonia burn and damage they should refund 50% of their survivors. Yeah. That's why I said we'll see, in 24 hours how many I have. It's kind of weird. I'm hoping it's not like a sex thing, because isn't it kind of weird, like exactly 2 survived in each one? Like, to me, that's a little bit weird. Like, exactly 2 survived in each one, and exactly 2 died in each one. It's kind of interesting. I don't know I don't know what that says, but it's strange to me. All right, guys, just cover your eyes for 1 second. I'm just gonna get this for the proof when I send the email for my refund. Okay, sorry. This is so I can screenshot it later. You guys tell me what you think about this, but I have seen Facebook posts where like people post pictures of dead fish, and some people get upset and they're like, hey, put a warning. And there's been some cases where I'm like, yeah, I agree, like you probably should have put a warning. But at the same time, it's like fish death is like a very real reality in this hobby, so it kind of feels like it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I don't know. Jesse said males probably killing the females. That's what I'm worried about. Trying to think. This kind of changes what tank I want to put them in, because Steve said if you can't handle that, you don't need to be here. And William said, how can you keep fish and not see a dead fish? I mean, I kind of get it. Some diseases look really gross. Like, honestly, like dropsy, I hate how it looks. It gives me like, ugh. Like, some things are worse than others. Okay, these tetras. So these are, there's that one weird tetra that I've pointed out on the wet spot a million times. These are like related to them, where they look kind of strange, and they're cave spawners too. And these, it looks like all of them are alive. And oh my god, actually this one male, you can actually see the potential. Hold up, I don't want to distress them too much, but that guy that's now hiding, I don't know why I'm doing that. Yeah, you guys see it. All right. Okay, so let me think, because the size of these half beaks, and I guess I'll show you. Jesse, you might know more than me. Guesses on the sexes of these, but I'm hoping that they didn't just kill the females. Actually, I see a very clear. I thought I did. Now I'm not so sure. Do they have a gonopodium that's obvious? I don't know. They all kind of look like the same size as the dead ones, so I'm not seeing a size difference. Nothing like ordering 10 and getting 4. Yeah, not only they crossed off on the invoice 10 and put 8, and then exactly 2 died in each bag. This is why Aqua Imports won't get my money. Yeah, it's they're the only ones that had the half beaks for so long that I did it, but this is a real bad result. This is a real bad result. So I'm trying to think what size tank minimum should I put these. I mean, it could just be, it probably will just be temporary. So I have a 10-gallon quarantine tank. All it has is pencil fish in it. I could put them in there. All my other bigger tanks have other stuff in them technically, but that's what I'm trying to think on that half beaks. Because not only is the number different, but that they're way bigger than I expected. 10 would be fine for 4, but I'd worry about your pencil fish. These half beaks, the half beaks I've had thus far haven't been super aggressive. These guys are they got a bigger body though. These are, I'll show you the pencils. And I can add some plants and stuff, but this is like a quarantine spawning whatever tank. I got 4 Breckford not Breckford whatever. The coral reds in here. Just 4. A size comparison. So I don't think they'd get eaten at the very least. Breckford reds. Yeah. So, yeah, should probably QT these. I could move the pencil fish out of here and put these guys in there. Oh, they should be all right. All right. Then I think I'm gonna put them in here then. So we're gonna turn the light off, and I'm gonna take this little spawning thing out because it was making the lid a little higher, which I wasn't worried about with the pencil fish, but I have learned from experience the half beaks do jump quite well. So, okay, I'm gonna have to put the phone down, but we'll do the 15-minute float or whatever, even though I've already put them in the water that's the same temperature as this tank. So honestly, I'm just gonna pour them in. Now that I've said that out loud and realize how dumb this is. Let me float fish in water that I've already dumped them in. Okay. So we'll keep the light off for a little bit. I've got the lid on there tightly. Their packing sucks. This is probably the worst time to ship fish. The reptile guys use some kind of temperature regulator. Curious how they work. Steve, I've seen that. I mean, wait, you think the packing sucks? Let's revisit the packing as we see what might have went wrong here, and then we'll come back to these fish. So the packing, I thought it was decent. The bags are a little warm. Let me see if I can find my... No, because it's been open, so the temperature won't be accurate anyway. The bags, like, they're like a little warm, but I mean, these are all warm water fish. It had a lot of this material. I feel like this is probably pretty good insulation here. You got multiple layers, trapping air. It was pretty thick, and then you had this on there. You had a ice pack there, and then you had 2 other packs down here, and it was overnight. Sent yesterday, got here pretty early. Here locals say their shop is nice in person, but I hear bad shipping results. Jesse said their bagging sucked. Yeah, okay, that's what you meant by packing. So we had 3 bags. I ordered 10 half beaks. I got 8. We got 4 dead, 2 dead in each bag, perfectly. And these are big, bro. These are big. And the tetras, we have 10 of them in here. The water is clear on these. The water it smelled terrible and was dirty on the half beak ones, so those probably died. So these made it, so I guess I can't trash the bagging too much. I mean, I want to put 10 of any fish in one bag, but I mean, they made it alive, so like, okay. But the half beaks, I don't know what density I would have bagged those at, but they're pretty big. Steve said should have bagged individually. I'm curious what you guys think about that. I'm trying to decide where I want to put these tetras. Because Best Overnight is kind of crazy. Had to be bagged longer. I don't think they had to be bagged. Well, because I messaged them. I actually put this order in last week, and they just sent it yesterday. I actually emailed them asking them to cancel the order, like if they could cancel it, because I'm leaving this weekend, and I didn't know when they're going to send it, but I guess it's going out. So I think they were. And then also remember, I ordered 10, and they crossed out 10 and put 8. So it feels like they were bagged, and they're like, oh wait, we only have 8. So they had to cross it out. But I mean, there was a small amount of them. I mean, they're big. There's 4 in each bag, and they're big half beaks. Yeah, what's up, pond puppies? Pond puppies. I'm trying to figure out where I should put these sail fins, because now I'm like, should I put them in a quarantine as well, and then just add a bunch of stuff to that quarantine tank, because they're not that big. So I could add a bunch of plants and stuff to that quarantine tank and some caves. Have some caves, and then I can treat them all at once is kind of what I'm thinking now. These aren't supposed to be aggressive. I'm leaning towards doing that just because of how everything's been playing out. How would you have bagged them? Because Steve was saying individually bagged. I feel like there's a lot of people that don't want to ever individually bag fish, so I don't know if anyone disagrees with that. But yeah, I'm gonna put them all in this 10. I think I'll put some caves and stuff in there. Pond Puppy says individual smaller bags. Yeah, there was plenty of space. That was a big box. They could have done smaller bags for sure. What do I want to do? I don't want to do this. I don't want to float them in the same tank, because then I gotta have the lid. The size half beak should be bagged singular. Okay, so everyone agrees. I'm gonna pour some water into this cup and acclimate them that way, because I don't want the lid to be up even a little bit with the half beaks in there. Even when I was just putting them in the net, they were jumping quite a lot. And the tetra should have been in 2 bags, so you think 5 per? Probably. Okay, I'm turning the light on and moving it to the back. Let's take a look at these half beaks. Guess on the sex. They don't look like sick or anything for the most part. I'll say that much. Dan's fish individually bagged, sort of a thing, yeah. And guys, it's not my first fish I shipped, but my first fish I shipped where someone just random bought it off of my site. I shipped a Paravelosoma, and it's also one of the more expensive singular items I shipped. I did $40 for a Paravelosoma Gilberti, plus $12 shipping. I think the price is a little high. I'm actually I don't have a ton of Elosoma right now, otherwise I would consider lowering it. But I think like an adult pair, $40 is decent. Anyways, I shipped it to California and they made it alive. And I bagged them in 2 bags individually. And they're pretty decently sized too, so. And it's a small fish. So my point is like, I feel like the bagging was probably a big part of the problem here. Like, look how big these guys are. These are 2 inches, you know? The size of 1 dead fish will foul the water. Yeah, the water smelled bad and was cloudy. So definitely. I don't, obviously, like, they're still, like, pale and things like that, so that's going to also make it harder to sex them. William said nice rocks. Thank you, thank you. But let's see if we can guess on sex for any of these. Went back, needs more water per fish. That's a good point. So here's the tetras. This is 10 of them. Not a ton of water, and also the bag is tied up. Like, they could have put more air. You know what I mean? There's room to put more water in there and still have enough air, especially for overnight. I think you could do a 50-50 water air thing overnight if you really wanted to. Like, I'm wondering about the sex scene, because it just seems weird to me that an even amount died in each one. But then I don't think that they'd go through the effort to sex evenly for males and for females. So I don't know if that even matters. Now, the other half beaks that I did have, which I only have one left, which is the one fry I got because the other one jumped. Their beaks are much longer than this. So I had more bent beaks in the bags when those shipped. And that's part of why I don't have any more, is because most of them died on arrival. So you see, I've had problems with half beaks before, but these don't have the super long beaks. I can't really Google while I'm on stream, but I'm trying to think, just use deductive reasoning for any sexual dimorphism that could be here. What's up, Barbara? Hi, Nick, everyone. Sorry about the fish loss. It's all good. If we still got a pair of the half beaks, there's hope. But yeah, ordering 10 and getting 4 is... Aqua Imports is the new Aquahuna. Aquahuna, the last order is great. Oh, the loaches have been coming out. I can show you guys the loaches from that order. You guys kept asking about those. All those fish have been doing well. These are supposed to be the celebs, the blackfin ones. They're not looking like that yet, but I kind of see how it might come in. And again, I don't know if they ever have a gonopodium that's obvious. I never noticed one on the other ones that I had. I think it might be internal. But let me use my deductive reasoning, because I'm getting distracted because I'm on stream. All right, I'm trying to sex these. OMG, my copper mechahensis just spawned. Hey, you were just talking about those. Congratulations. Okay, so let's look at Google. Males have vibrant, colorful fins, a black lobe on jaw, while have less colors and a red or uncolored lobe. Great. Well, no one has color right now. What about the fins? I feel like I always go to the anal fin first for any differences. We got very strong black striping on some of these anal fins. It's a big black stripe. I'd say the bottom fin, the anal fin looks larger than the dorsal almost. But maybe I'm just... Now, I'd say that one had a black lobe on the lower jaw. Do I switch a small, thicker bag so I can put 1 or 2 fish per bag, but I send a few fish in any box? Yeah. And that's another reason I sold the Paravelosoma, but how I've been listing things in general is I only put like a very small quantity available, just so no one can like buy like 50 at once, because I just have no capability to do that. So like I just put up like the amount that I'd be comfortable shipping at once up, and just keep restocking them as I... Yeah, I'm not seeing a black lobe necessarily. I will say one looks significantly different than the rest of them to me. Let me see if I can point it out. Like, maybe they're just in the best condition. That guy at the top, I feel like he has a more pearl color to the body. And I see more color coming in, like in the caudal and just in general. I don't know if it's just he's in the best shape, but to me, if I had to guess on someone being different, this guy is standing out to me. And also, if you look, he's the only one that's at the top kind of normally this whole time. These guys are like slightly below the top. Very cool, Jody. Yes, congratulations on that spawn, Jody. From I'm seeing on Google, the lobe is more their ear area. So like that black little lobe there, you think? Because then that leaves us with one female potentially, and that's the one that looks different. So would be unfortunate if that was the case, but guys, dead fish warning. Let's go look at the dead fish and compare. Sorry. Let's see if they all have the same lobes or not. Okay, what do I want to use to touch this? Because I don't want to touch it. I don't want to use that. Let me use this. Let me use my invoice from Captain. Sorry, Captain. Those three are more yellow. The other one looks more white. Yep, I agree. Okay. Because I just want to see if it's a sex difference and like the males killed the females, basically. Which is what I was kind of worried about at the start. But I would say, let me slide things so I can get more into the light. I would say that I feel like these are got black lobes on some of these too. Sorry, I'm moving lights around and then the camera will stabilize. So I would say not a black lobe on that one, maybe. Black lobe on this one, maybe? No, black lobe on this one. They all kind of look male. I mean, arguably, having a lot of males would also be an issue. Yeah, so see, that I think that's what you're talking about, that black spot there. That lobe. I don't know about that. I don't know about... I gotta move the fin back. Sorry. I need to get my my calipers. Oh, okay. So we got black lobe on one. I don't know about this one. I would say yes on this one, and then yes on this one. So it looks like probably, yeah, three males, and then maybe this one's a female, but then we're looking over here and we're saying we think that this is probably the female right here. No black lobe, more of a pearl colored body, and then male, male, male. So yeah, I think we identified the problem. They sent me a bag of maybe six males at best and 2 females. And I would say that would probably be a bad situation. I would say that probably would be a bad situation. So, bagging, bad, but also I think, yeah, the sex ratio probably played a part in making them extra dead by the time they got here. Jeez. Would you look at us investigating like this, using reasoning. Would have been nice if they did that when they packed the fish, you know. That's the thing. I don't necessarily expect people dealing with this many fish to like know the sexes of all the different things, but these are pretty easy. Like if you go like when I go to London town, sometimes we both have to work together to figure out male and female, but like a lot of the times he already knows how to tell the difference to some degree, because it does play a lot into care and stuff. So I think it is an important thing to know how to differentiate. And I feel like you should take that into account. Now, that being said, I ordered 10 and they sent me 8. So it's possible I just waited too long. This is all that they had left. So they had no choice but to send me what they had. But then that goes to the bagging. Then the bagging should have been different, you know? Yeah, like William said, that's all they had gender-wise, so that's what you got. Exactly. So it's kind of like, and that's why that's why I did the impulse buy. It's because I was like, if you wait too long, it'll be gone. That's what happened last time. But I already had waited too long. So, moral of the story: if you think a fish is cool and you really want it and you might buy it later, like as in later, as in like in the next month or two, go ahead and buy it while it's in stock, because you might end up getting the last terrible fish that they have left. Well, not that these fish were terrible, just a skewed sex ratio. I'm gonna put in the sail fins. Then we're gonna do some stuff to make this tank more accommodable. But I mean, it's a quarantine tank, and we're kind of working with the situation that we have. So these tetras, they're gonna stay lower, I believe. They shouldn't be super aggressive, but they might be a little shy, so they're definitely gonna want some hiding spots. Just kind of how things came in, I changed my plans on where I wanted to put them, so we're gonna do this 10 for now. But I think we can make it work. I mean, these guys, there's 10 of them in this bag, and none of them are dead. You compare that to the half beaks, like they clearly get along much better than the half beaks, although there is a size difference. So, let me put those guys in. Very excited about these. They're cool. Very cool. All right. Those are in. We'll take a look. We'll look at them briefly, and then we'll get to work on getting some figuring out what we should do to make this tank. I didn't even plan to do a real stream as far as like, but hey, we gotta make sure everything's in a good situation. So they're in the tank, and oh, this is a newer tank, but this is a sponge from an established tank. So this is a pre-done sponge, and there's aquatic isopods in here. I forgot to mention. So the rocks was because it's gonna be a quarantine tank, but maybe I spawn stuff in here too. So rocks are like, if I do my spawning thing, if any eggs scatter around, they get hidden in there. But then I also put aquatic isopods in here. And the rocks, like the aquatic isopods, can never get eaten by anything. They can immediately at any time, well, they could get eaten, I'm just saying. They're gonna have a population, that's the point. Let me turn this light down even more because these tetras are stressed out. So I'm turning the light down. So you can see the size of them. They're here. They're obviously a little unhappy, but it doesn't look too panicked, all things considered. The half beaks look much happier in here than they did in the bag. I gotta figure out what I wanna do if I do have 3 males and 1 female. And here we got this guy already going, and wow. Bro. Oh, we gotta get Captain's Medaka into a tank too, by the way. So we'll go and do that, but the tetras are starting to wake up a bit. So someone look up for me where these are from exactly. I want to say Brazil. Those isopods are gonna be toast. No man, you'll be surprised at tanks that have like I have some tanks that I thought they could never live in, and then when I clean out like a sponge filter or something, I find them. If there's predators, you just won't see them. So these are sailfin tetras. There's this one other weird looking tetra that they're kind of related to that I've pointed out on stream a few times. I want to say they're from South America, but I could be wrong. I feel like Brazil. Let me read the name again. They're cave spawners. So they're one of those like cichlid-like behavior. William said, how long do you wait for the first feeding for new fish? Good question. I don't have an answer. I don't feel like I have a policy that I've decided on for that. I was wondering if I just should feed them. Amazon, South America? Okay. Oh my gosh, bro. I just get excited when you can kind of see the potential of the fish shortly after they've been added. But okay, let's get these rice fish in, and then let me think of what plants we can put in there, what we can do. Plants. Ooh, I had this big rock from John that I could put in there as like a little dividing thing. I was gonna save it to make a really nice tank, but why not make this a nice tank? It's a little big rock. Put that in there. They're dope looking, colored up. Yeah. I think we're gonna, by the end of the stream, see their potential a little bit. I'm thinking about these rice fish. Where do I want to put these rice fish? I think I want to put them in this 5-gallon that I have the other rice fish in. Yeah. Also black planted. Oh, never mind. So I'm waiting for other fish today, but they're being delivered to John's house. I got to pick them up later. So I was gonna ask if they've been delivered yet, but then I just got a little notification where I saw that John had said they're not delivered yet. So now I know. I tend to feed them after they've colored up. I feel they're less stressed by then. Yeah, I think we'll feed them on stream, but we'll wait just a little bit. So I got these rice fish. They're gonna go into here. And I guess I haven't really shown off my new rack. It's still in progress, but I've been working on installing the rails SVC designed. I ran out of filament though, but I got a whole row of them. A whole row. Look at that. Because all my lids were so bad and falling and all this stuff. And now I can easily, just with one hand, just be like, hey. And it's gonna be nice for the up high tanks too. All right, so I have those float there. They'll go in here for now. And let's see on the plant front. So I got some water on my pants. I'm gonna change my pants because that water smelled bad. And then I want to wash my hands before I put my hands in any other of my tanks because that water was disgusting. And then we'll check out some plants. So just give me 1 second. Get back into it. I think he shared the file for those rails in the Discord if anyone's interested. There you go. Okay. So since this is now switched from spawning tank primarily, how does that change? I still would want to avoid fine leafed plants. We could do a bunch of Let me think of what's gonna have the most impact. I could throw a bunch of valve and stuff in there, but like, it's not gonna really do too much as far as line of sight breaks, right? I have this crypt that I got at ACLC, that hybrid thing. I think it's just kind of been like aimlessly floating in a tank. So I could grab that, put that in there. What else? Because I'm trying to avoid the fine leaves. This plant's kind of nice. I like that one. It's got kind of firmer leaves. We got some. Oh, we should put some wisteria in there, don't you think? A little bit of floating line of sight break probably be good for the half beaks sausage party. All right, let's do that. Okay, got a bit of the wisteria. And then I think that's a hygrophila that we could do. That's also one we could do. I like that. Let me get some of that. Because it's like, if it is eventually no longer a quarantine tank, I'd like to spawn some egg scatterers in there, so as few fine leaf things. Yeah, this water is warm to me. Is this just more wisteria? Yeah. I was watching that, is it James Farmer? Where he was like, the best scissors you have are your fingers. And he's actually right. If you just do like the little pinch, you can really just pinch off most plants. And I don't really like putting my, look, do you see how compact I've been working on making this, by the way? I've actually been trimming this repeatedly, trying to get it to be super bushy like this. I'm kind of proud of myself. Anyways, I don't like putting my arm in there all the way, but it is a lot faster than the scissors, honestly. For me, at least. Especially since I almost always have lost the scissors. So I can't find them anyway. But it doesn't matter. I'm doing a bunch of shortcuts because I'm just gonna plant. I'm just gonna seed a bunch. Why not? Why not? I'm already in here. Yeah. All right. What else? What else? Can't use my right. Well, I don't want to use my right hand because I got a lot of cuts in my right hand right now from eating crab and also being clumsy. Okay, how much more? Let me. Oh, I want to get that crypt. Maybe we'll see. I know you, Steve mentioned the beta albumargeratum, or however the hell. I haven't fixed these lids yet. But I put the male in here. He's holding eggs. Clean up your air fittings. You're fixing to lose them. Well, that tank does have an air fitting that fell into the tank, so that's what that was. Yeah, I put my male beta in this tank here to release his fry. And that's the crypt that we're gonna steal because I hadn't decided what I wanted to do with it. And this seems like a good use of it. Let's take that. People are like, why don't you do a fish room tour video? Because my fish room looks terrible. And see, Jesse's proving my point. There's just gonna be tons of stuff for you to make fun of me for. Okay. I've been meaning to push this stuff back anyway. All right. Crypt acquired. We got the plant. We got the plant. So, let's see what's going on here. So, I got my rock. My big rock. My big rock here. And I need to take some water out because actually I think this rock's heavy enough. If I put that in there, it's gonna raise the water level to where it'll spill over some actually. So I need to take some water out. I'm like looking around for a container. There we go. There. I need to take a little water out. Just a little bit. And just hope nothing jumps out on me. I'm so scared of these half-beaks jumping. Seriously. Good morning, Jenna. How's it going? We're just getting these fish settled in here. All right. So, let's see. I'm thinking quarantine purposes. Don't want too much for them to hide behind, but I think big rock on the right of the cave. Make a little room there. Put the crypt on one side of the rock. Then over here, we'll do like right next to the left of this rock, all that stem plants. And then that will make a little room over there. All right. Also, I just added your live to FFL. Was I not already on Fish Family? My bad. I thought I signed up for that. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We got a good lives coming up, guys. We got some good lives. I'm talking to. I need to fix the typo in the caption and the thumbnail. But I'm talking to Mexicali Fish Keeper Friday at I'm blanking. 6:15 p.m. There we go. Friday at 6:15 p.m. And I do have a cigar. I don't know that I'll smoke it, but you know, in Jorge's interviews, he's known to sometimes pop out a cigar. So, you know, I had to get one for myself, just so I could fit in. Yeah. Trying to fit in a little bit. Try and make him feel at home, feel comfortable. Fish Fam only picks up live scheduled 6 more in advance, but anyone can manually if they're not scheduled far out. Ah, okay. So I need to yeah, I do a lot of pop-up streams, so that would explain quite a lot for me. That would explain quite a lot. Okay. I'm putting this rock in, and I don't want to hear anything about my placement of it, because I'm doing my best here. I'm doing my best. I'm sorry, fish. This isn't the most